Sam Heughan reveals the truth that no one knows. I once lost myself in the halo of fame. I received a call from Sam Heughan's agent on a cold early autumn morning in London. The manager's voice was serious but full of hidden meaning. Sam is ready. He wants to share something he's kept private for years, but only with a writer he trusts. I was surprised. Having followed Sam's career since his early days on Outlander, I had tried many times to get an in-depth interview. But Sam always kept his distance, quiet, polite and calm, never opening up about his personal life or the true feelings behind his roles. And now, he chose me to break the silence. The interview was set at a small house in Skye, Scotland, where Sam was resting after completing his latest international film project. His conditions were simple. No cameras, no recording, no crew. Just me, him, and a recorder. Meeting in the Scottish rain. It was raining lightly when I arrived. The cottage was nestled in a pine forest, with a misty lake in the distance. Sam came out to greet me in a grey turtleneck, a far cry from the glitz and glamour of the red carpet. He smiled, his handshake firm but somehow heavy. We sat in front of the fireplace. He poured me a glass of old whiskey, the firelight glinting in his eyes. A few short stories preceded him, then he looked at me, frank, profound. I won't say it again. What I'm about to tell is the truth, in my own way. I don't need vindication, I don't need praise. I just need to let go of this burden. I nodded, switched on my notepad. Sam leaned back in his chair, took a deep breath and began to tell. Life behind the camera, another Sam. People think I'm a strong person, always full of energy. Out there, I'm Jamie Fraser, brave, love with all my heart, not afraid of loss. But in reality, I'm a person who is crazy afraid of loneliness. Sam's voice was lost in the sound of rain. He talked about his early years in acting, sleeping on a friend's sofa, auditioning dozens of times without anyone paying attention. When Outlander brought him to the pinnacle of fame, it was not only an opportunity, but also a trap. I used to think being famous would make me happier. But in fact, I just became the version of myself that the public wanted me to be. I was no longer Sam. I was Jamie, the ideal lover, the sex symbol. I had to brace myself so as not to disappoint the fans. I was tired, but no one knew. Sam admitted that there were times when he lost his way. He had tried psychotherapy. I once stood in the middle of a 5-star hotel, looked in the mirror and saw emptiness. No more emotions, no more passion. Just a beautiful shell. The secret called hidden love. I asked, "What is the thing you keep most secret?" Sam smiled sadly. He bowed his head, fiddling with the rim of his glass. A relationship with someone everyone knows, but no one has ever known clearly. I was silent, my heart beating fast. Was this what the public had been speculating about for so long, the relationship between him and Katrina Balfe? Sam nodded as if he had read my thoughts. Kat and I were very close. Closer than anyone thought. But because we were too close, we couldn't be together. He said that in the second season of Outlander, they began to have real feelings. The touches, the eyes, the late-night conversations were no longer just acting. But then, the pressure came. Fans, producers, media, all drowning real feelings in expectations and pressure. She once held my hand for a very brief moment after filming and said, "If things had been different, do you think we would have?" And I didn't know how to answer. Because I was scared. I was scared that if we failed, it would all fall apart. From then on, they kept their distance. The feelings didn't disappear, but they were suppressed. Then time passed, and they both went their separate ways. Katrina got married. Sam quietly blessed her, but in him, there was still a what if that never disappeared. The real face behind the roles. I asked, have you ever truly loved? Then, Sam looked at me, thoughtful. Then he nodded. Yes. But I never made it public. I was afraid of hurting that person. He told the story of a woman who was not in the entertainment industry, who used to be a peaceful place between flights and film sets. But because he was too busy, too pressured, too afraid of scandal, he eventually pushed her away with his own hands. I never apologized to her properly. I chose career over love. And I still wonder if that choice was right. That was the second secret, a pain without a name, without a title, without a scandal. Just a part of Sam that the public did not see, a man who did not dare to live his truth, for fear of not being accepted. Confessions of Fame. Fame is a double-edged sword. It makes you loved, but it also makes you afraid to love anyone. Sam shared that there was a time when he wanted to delete Instagram, disappear from social networks. But then he realized, he also has a responsibility, to his fans, to the young people who are looking for inspiration from him. I am not perfect. I am not Jamie Fraser. I am just Sam, a Scottish man with many mistakes, many conflicts. But I am learning to forgive myself. He said it without embarrassment, without acting. In his eyes, I saw relief, like someone who had removed a stone that had been weighing on his heart for many years. Next plan, a different life, I asked. After sharing this, what are you going to do? Sam shrugged, then smiled. I'm going home. I'm taking a break, not because I'm tired, but because I need to live, really live. No filming, no events. I want to write, maybe a memoir, maybe a screenplay, who knows, that might be the thing that helps me heal. He also admitted that he's considering directing, something he's long wanted to do but never had the courage to do. I've lived in the spotlight. Now, I want to try being the one who controls the spotlight. The end and a real smile. The interview ended after more than 3 hours. As I was about to leave, Sam walked me out onto the porch. The rain had stopped, the sun was peeking out from behind the trees. He said one last thing. I don't know how the public will react, but I hope they understand, even celebrities need to be forgiven. And loved, as people, not as icons. I turned to look at him. Not the Sam Heughan that millions of fans adore, but a man, honest, vulnerable, trying to find himself after years of being submerged in too bright a light. To the readers, a rare truth in a sea of fake news, I write this article not to create a scandal, nor to dig up anyone's private life. I write to let you, the person who used to watch Sam act in movies, who used to think he was perfect, know that, behind the halo of glory, there is a loneliness that no one sees. And if you have ever kept something in your heart, afraid that no one understands, afraid that no one will accept, remember, even the man admired by millions was once like you.